Look at what Boo just did. Look at what Boo is doing. He was splooting.
Stella, Splash, Simba, Boo, Sammy, Richard, Nancy, Goldie, Ziggy, Ringo, Eva, Hydrox, and Ditto, the Lucky Ferals.
It is 10 a.m. and I just came downstairs to flea comb the cats and give them breakfast. The cats upstairs have been flea combed, did not find many fleas at all. Stella had the most out of everyone and she hardly had any. And they all had breakfast. Today is some homemade chunky turkey food that I made either yesterday or the day before. And I just witnessed Sammy jumping up to the window, and it looks like this curtain and the curtain rod are going to work out good because she did not disturb them. Like, she was able to kind of like jump underneath the curtain, since the curtain is now like a few inches away from the window box. So I thought that was really good. The only problem that I'm having with this curtain rod is that it is a little bit crooked. When I put it up, I did not use like a ruler or anything. I was just trying to eyeball it. And the side on the left is a little bit lower than the side on the right. So I might eventually want to fix that. I don't know how much I'm going to be able to fix that without, a lot of unnecessary holes in the wall, but at least it's working and serving its purpose. So another nice thing about the way these curtains are hanging is that the cats can easily just poke out from under it and then dive onto the daybed below. And I just saw Sammy do that and there was no disruption whatsoever. Let's take a look at this flea trap. And I put this here 2 days ago. And I'm not really seeing any fleas. I see an ant. So this is a very, very good sign. There's just an ant on this one. And let's look at this one, and I'm seeing more ants on this than fleas. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I see 7 ants and 2 fleas. And what I'm realizing about these is that I need to put the sides up. I don't know how they got pushed down, but they did. So I'm just going to raise the sides back up. Maybe that'll give the fleas more area to jump. Get out of there, Sammy. Get out. But overall, it's a really good sign. It's 10:24. I just finished flea combing the cats, and I just saw Sammy jump to the window again. So this is her technique. She goes from the floor to this platform on the cat tower, and then she jumps from this platform all the way up to the window. And she does not disrupt the curtain. She just kind of, grabs the window ledge and lets herself up there. So that was the plan. So hopefully this curtain and the curtain rod will stay where it is. It's 11:30 a.m. and Boo's in my room with Splash. I shut the door. Simba's in a cat tower. Stella's in the cat tower, and I opened the door to see if any of the cats wanted to come up. I thought maybe Sammy would want to come up, but this is Nancy. I don't know if I want Nancy to come up. Nancy, go back downstairs because you're going to be a big distraction and I do have to get work done. Okay, so maybe tomorrow or the next day, Nancy. Okay, you look out the back door, okay? You look out the back door. It's 1:18 p.m. right now. I'm taking a little break from computer work right now, and this is the automatic feeder that I had downstairs for the 7 cats. And what was happening was I was having issues with ants, and I couldn't figure out if the ants were getting into the feeder or if they were just like around the bottom of the feeder. But it was like every time I picked the feeder up, there were ants coming out of it. So I was like, yeah, I definitely have to do something. Right now there's a bee. I don't know if you can see, there's a bee flying around. Because it had been raining for several days straight, I just took this like kitchen garbage bag and I put the whole feeder in here, and then I like closed the top of the garbage bag. And I haven't had a chance to deal with it yet. And then today I was like, well, it's sunny out and we're supposed to get like 5 straight days of rain, so I better take care of it today. And when I took the feeder out, there was a bunch of dead ants in the bottom of the bag. So I'm happy that they're dead. I don't know. You see all those you see all the dead ants down there? Some of the food I dumped into, oh look, there's a live ant. So this is some of the food that was in the bottom of the feeder. This is the rest of the food that was in the feeder. I don't think there's any ants in this part of the food. It's perfectly good food. And I'm just gonna keep an eye on that in case I see anything in there. So I cleaned everything out of here and I don't see any more ants in here. But what I do notice is that there are openings from the bottom, like where ants can get in. So if I turn it upside down, like over here, ants could get in here, ants could get in here, 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 here. So I'm going to take some of this yellow masking tape that I have. I'm going to cover up as many holes as I can. And if I need to change the batteries, I'm just going to, eventually take it off where I need to take it off. So I just covered all of the bottom holes with the yellow tape. And I also covered this area on the front where there were little openings. And so now the only opening that they can get into is like this feeder area. But I'm going to keep that open because, I actually use that. But maybe I should put some tape on here when it's not in use to cover it that way. Okay, so I just put some tape on that also. It's not the prettiest sight, but it'll do. It's 6:23 p.m. I just walked into the room in time to see Boo throwing something up onto the vomit blanket. So thankful to have this vomit blanket. That little piece of what looks like part of a hairball is what he threw up, so now I have to put this in the laundry. I just inspected the vomit to see if there's any like tapeworm segments or anything. And it looked like there were 2 or 3 fleas in the vomit, like little black specks the size of a flea. So maybe that's why he vomited that up. It is 8:41 p.m. and here's Richard. I just came downstairs to flea comb the cats and go through their nightly routine. Oh, there's a flea. I gotta pick that up. Oh no, it's an ant. So earlier today, I cleaned up some old ant baits and I put some fresh ant baits down. So I have to do a little bit more looking around as to see if there's any other places where the ants are coming in. But it seems that the ants like the drier environment with the lower humidity. So what I was saying is I just came downstairs to flea comb the cats and change the sheets on the furniture and vacuum and then feed them. So that's what's on the agenda right now. But I wanted to mention something, and that is that I was editing a video today. I was editing the video where I first discover that the cats have fleas, and it includes the first few days of battling the fleas. And I look back at that video now, and it's been almost a month since that video. It's been about 3 weeks, a little bit over 3 weeks. And I just feel like we've come so far since then, just with the knowledge of how to deal with these nasty bugs. I mean, I was using horrible little black flea combs that really were not working. And now I'm using the Rolls Royce of flea combs. And now I have my super sticky masking tape and lint rollers, which are super helpful. And every week the flea traps have less and less fleas in them. And of course the dehumidifiers. So there's definitely been a learning curve, but I'm really happy where we are now versus back then, because I think we've been making a lot of good improvements. And of course the cats also have more experience with the flea medicines and even a new dewormer. So I just wanted to point that out. Like, I'm looking back at that video, I'm like, wow, that was just like, it feels like it was so far away, but it really was only a little over 3 weeks away. Like, it'll be 4 weeks in a few days. And the other thing that has completely changed is the flea combing technique. Like, it's so much easier to bribe the cats with a few crunchies and keep them in a good mood while they're being combed for fleas than to deal with them, like, not being happy or trying to, like, fight back. Nancy looks so tired. Nancy, are you tired? Look at what's going on here. I was trying to flea comb Richard, but Ziggy decided that she wants to be flea combed. So far, I have not found one flea on either Richard or Ziggy, and I think that's just phenomenal. When I came down here, the first thing I did was look for specks of fleas on any of the sheets, and I really didn't find any, so I'm hoping we are making really good progress. I'm going to continue to comb them because I find it hard to believe that I'm not even going to find one flea on them. After I do these two, then I'm going to do Nancy and Sammy. Richard has been combed. I found 0 fleas. Ziggy has been combed. I found 0 fleas. Nancy has been combed. I found 1 flea. And Sammy has been combed and I found 0 fleas. So this is the first time that has happened. That is incredible. Good job, guys. It is 10:56 p.m. Here's Boo. The vomit blanket is in the dryer right now. It still needs another 20 or 30 minutes before it's done. And I am super tired. I was just downstairs with the 7. I don't know if I'm going to call them the 7, the lucky 7. I don't know. I have to see what fits for them, really. I was watching some TV and I was giving them some treats. Then they got a little bit of crunchies, and then I came upstairs. And the reason why I went down there was to get my camera, because my camera was down there. And I wanted to mention the fact that I flea combed Boo, Stella, and Simba, and I didn't get any fleas off of them either. I mean, out of all of them, I think I got maybe like 1 flea off of Stella, and that was it. Whatever happened today was really, really good progress, considering I didn't get any fleas off the cats downstairs. I didn't get any fleas off the cats up here. That being said, Ringo was scratching himself, and Eva was scratching himself, so I think the cats that don't let me comb them probably still have a few fleas, but it's just really, really good progress, and very happy about that. It is 3:30 p.m. Here's Richard and Nancy, and it is a cold and rainy day. I decided to let the 7 upstairs because they haven't been upstairs in a while with, the flea situation. And I combed them this morning, only found like 1 or 2 fleas on them. And I only found like 1 or 2 fleas on the upstairs cat, so I was like, they're at the same level, so I'm going to let them upstairs. And it's really interesting how they just completely settled into their usual routine, which was always Nancy and Richard hanging out in these cat towers. Now, I should say Simba was in this cat tower where Richard is right now. All the other cats were in my room, so I had to pick Simba up, put him in my room, give him a few crunchies, and he's perfectly fine laying on the bed with Boo. That's where he is right now. So what happened this morning when I opened the door is that Nancy came right up and Richard came right up and Sammy was upstairs. Actually, all the cats were upstairs. Ziggy, Goldie, Ringo, Eva. At one point, they were all upstairs and they were looking around like they were investigating. They're like, what's going on up here? What's new? And eventually, most of them went back downstairs. Here's Ziggy. She's downstairs on top of the cat tower. She's been taking a nap. Sorry to disturb you, Ziggy. You continue your nap. Here's Goldie. Here's Sammy. How you doing, Sammy? Who's under here? It's Ringo, little Eva, and Goldie. So that's where all the cats are. Here's Boo. He's laying on the bed. There's a few pieces of cat grass around him because I gave him some cat grass this morning. Here's Simba. Simba's laying on the bed. There's Splash. Splash is in the cat tower. And Stella is underneath the bed. Let me tell you what I discovered this morning. Boo, I don't need to see your butt. I'm going to join the discussion here. So what I discovered this morning is that sometimes you need to stir up the fleas. So yesterday, when I was flea combing the cats, I didn't really get any fleas off of them. And then this morning I said, that's Boo, he's rubbing on the camera. And then this morning I said, I wonder what would happen if I got their brush, hey Boo, and I brushed them before I flea comb them. Like, will I be able to get more fleas off of them if I do that? Because, I feel like sometimes the fleas are like hiding. So that's what I did. I got their grooming brush and I brushed them first and then I combed them. And sure enough, I got like 2 or 3 fleas off of them. Except for Boo. Boo didn't have any fleas on him. But Simba had like 3 fleas on him. So did Stella. She had like 2 or 3. And even Splash, I could usually get a few fleas off of him, even though he doesn't let me comb him completely. But I usually feel like he doesn't have as many fleas as I thought he would have. So that's good. So moving forward, that is going to be the new strategy, to brush them and then comb them immediately after they're brushed. So like brush Boo, comb Boo, brush Simba, comb Simba. That way, if there's any fleas on them, the brushing will stir up the fleas. Then when I flea comb them, I could get the fleas out. Right, Boo? There's some squirrel videos on the TV for them. It's 11:10 a.m. and I just brushed the cats and flea combed them, and I did not find any fleas on them, and that's Boo, Stella, and Simba. Here's Splash. Splash only let me run and comb through him about 2 or 3 times, and then he was like, okay, I'm not doing this. So I don't know if he still has fleas or not, but I didn't get any off of him. So I think that's a good sign. I would still like to try flea combing him later. Sometimes it just depends on like his mood, time of day. I know they're hungry. They really want to eat breakfast. We had a really late start today, so I'm going to get them fed, and then I'll continue with the flea combing later. It's 11:30 a.m. I just came downstairs to comb the cats down here and to give them breakfast. And now that we're almost done with the fleas, I can sit on the furniture with them. So for like the past week or so, when I put new sheets down in the evening, then I'll usually sit down on them for a while, like watch some TV, pet the cats. And what happens is when I sit down, Ziggy usually comes to visit me, and so does Richard and Sammy and Nancy. So the 4 of them like it when I sit down. Here's Nancy. How you doing, Nancy? So today, when I looked for, black specks on the white sheets, really didn't see any. So I was like, I'm just going to sit down and relax for a minute. So what happens is from the moment I get out of bed in the morning until the moment I go to bed at night, it's just nonstop. So I'm hoping to have some downtime today where I could just relax and not do anything. There's so much to do around the house. Like, I'm still going through stuff, decluttering, organizing. It's like a never-ending amount of stuff that needs to get done. So since I don't have any work to do today, like today's a day off, I'm gonna see if I can just relax. The forecast is kind of like partly cloudy today, but I don't think we're supposed to get any rain today. Right now I do see sun, but it is kind of cool out, but maybe I will go sit outside for a little while. But I gotta comb the cats first. Ziggy's nibbling on my hand. My hands are so dry right now, just from all the cleaning and keeping the humidity in the house low. Hey, Ziggy. Hey, Ziggy. Hey, Ziggy. You got any fleas to give me today? You gonna give me any fleas today, Ziggy? Give me all of your fleas, okay? You give me all of your fleas. She's nibbling on me. What are you doing? You hungries? You a hungry cat? Yeah, you hungries. You want breakfast? It is 11:53 a.m. So it took me about 15 or 20 minutes to flea comb the cats. I wanted to make sure that I got anything off of them that I could. And So what I did was I combed them and then I brushed them to stir up any fleas, and then I combed them again, and that definitely helps. So I only got like 1 or 2 fleas off of each cat, maybe the most like 3 fleas. I mean, we're talking about really combing them a lot to get anything off of them. Right, Ziggy? And I couldn't get anything off of Sammy, but then after I brushed her, I was able to get like 1 flea off of her. So it definitely helps to brush a cat, try to stir up any fleas, and then comb them again if you don't find any fleas. So I'm just going to continue with this routine until there's several days in a row where there's absolutely no fleas. And this is the flea trap that's been here, and I see like 3 or 4 ants and only like 2 fleas, so that's good. It's been here for half a week now, so that's good. It's a good sign. And here's the other flea trap, and I see maybe 4 or 5 fleas on it. The majority of what's on it are ants. I see mostly ants on this, and then 1 or 2 other, I don't know if they're spiders or other kinds of bugs. It's 9:45 a.m. I just came downstairs to flea comb the cats and get them fed, and this is what they do. They jump on the couch because they know this is where they're going to get combed to get some treats. And this is what Sammy does. She plays with this toy for a while because she knows she's usually the last one to get combed. Before I do anything, I have to see what's going on in my storage room because I set up a flea trap here, like a homemade flea trap. So I have a bowl with soapy water. Then I have like this metal frame, and it's from the Dollar Tree. It's like a metal basket. And this is a light that comes out of like a holiday decoration. I actually just purchased this as an extra light when AC Moore was going out of business. And there's like 1 flea in there, but it's mostly ants. But the light went out because I have it hooked up to a solar generator, and there wasn't enough power to keep the light on overnight. So I'm gonna put a different generator on it, and we'll see how it does the rest of the day. It's almost 4 p.m. and look at what's going on here. There's 4 cats on the bed. And look how close they are to each other. Normally, if there's 4 cats on the bed, they're like as far away as they could be. But they're all hanging out together. When I first walked in, Stella and Splash were cuddling with each other. And then I went to get the camera and I came back and, you know, Stella wants to not look so obvious right now. So the reason why I came in is because I was just outside and I noticed some fresh catnip was growing in one of my potted plants. It seems that once you plant catnip anywhere in your yard, or you don't even have to plant it in your yard because it plants itself. So all I did was buy a pot of catnip once, and I put the pot of catnip in the patio, and I just, you know, let it grow and do its thing. And ever since then, I have catnip growing up in like all these different areas. I guess it just kind of seeds itself, you know, via the wind or whatever. So I picked a few leaves and then I sliced them up and I was going to give them to the cats. I'm curious to see, how Simba reacts to it, and I thought maybe they would just like a little treat, so that's what I'm going to do right now. So this is just a little piece of a fresh leaf. Is Stella going to eat it? Want to eat it, Stella? Simba's purring. Simba, you want some? It's catnip. It's fresh. They say that fresh catnip doesn't make cats sick like dried catnip can. Boo, would you like a piece of catnip? A piece of catnip? Sometimes Boo likes me to rub it a little bit first. Here. I think it could help Boo relax, and maybe it could help with his itching, although he doesn't seem to be itching much right now. Okay, Splashy. There you go. There you go, buddy. Okay, they all enjoyed that. Good job, Splashy. I should also document the fact that I put some extra herbs in their food this morning. So I was looking up some things that you can do for cats with dermatitis. And in one of the books I have, they say burdock root is good for something like that to help, and also nettle. And I actually have both of those in capsule form. So I put 2 capsules of each in the cat food this morning. In the past, I've put 1 capsule of each, but I don't think that's enough for 11 servings. So I put 2 capsules of each in the food, and I was hoping maybe that could help Boo, but he's itching right now, so I'm going to get the flea comb and comb him just to see if I could find any fleas. I just gave them each another little piece of the fresh catnip. I opened the window about 2 inches so they could get some fresh air. What is going on here? Why is Stella biting Simba's back? Is she gonna bite his butt? Watch out, Simba. Maybe it's from the catnip. That was such a little piece of catnip, Stella. That's not enough catnip to make you crazy. So the cats are in here today because I did let the kittens upstairs. And I had to go out for a while. I just got back a little while ago. So they all put themselves in this room except for Simba, but I picked him up, I gave him some treats, and he's happy here. One of the things that I did today was I went to Petco and I bought another package of Capstar, and I'm going to give it to 4 cats tomorrow. I'm going to give it to Splash because it's been about a month since they had the advantage, so it should be fine now. And I'm going to give it to Ringo, Eva, and Goldie. Basically, any of the cats that don't let me really flea comb them very well, they're going to get Capstar tomorrow. And I'm hoping that will be the last time that I have to give any of them Capstar because, there's not many fleas left in the house. And with the dehumidifiers on, the flea cycle seems to definitely be broken. And it's just a question of, getting rid of the remaining adult fleas, and also if there's any pupa, getting them to hatch and become adults and getting rid of them. So hopefully we're at the end of this journey, because when I flea combed all the cats this morning, I did not get many fleas off any of them. The ones up here either didn't have any, or maybe they had like 1 or 2 fleas, not even. And then the ones downstairs had a little bit more. Ziggy didn't really have any. I think I got like 2 or 3 off of Sammy. Nancy had a few, and Richard only had a few also. So it's definitely a lot better than it was. I just put a mouse video on the TV for them. Boo's grooming himself right now. And it's hard to tell if it's nervous habit at this point or still like dermatitis. The problem is, like, with his skin, I'm not seeing any redness. I'm not seeing any rashes. I'm not seeing anything like that. So I wonder if part of it is still like stress related. It is 10:45 a.m. The dehumidifier is on in the background. That's what the noise is. This is little Eva eating some food. As you can see, there's like a whole bunch of food on this platter. I put all the plates back onto the platter, but for some reason, nobody wanted to eat their breakfast, or very few people wanted to eat their breakfast. Nancy ate some, Ziggy ate some, maybe one or two of the other cats ate a little bit. Oh, I think Sammy ate a little bit. And I don't know what's going on. So this morning was the day that I wanted to get Capstar into Goldie, Little Eva, and Ringo. And I normally put that into a little bit of canned food, so I chose some beef Fancy Feast. Maybe that was not a good choice because they didn't really eat it as well as they should have. And I was able to get it into Little Eva. I was able to get it into Goldie. I was really lucky that I was able to get it into Goldie because she just only happened to eat like the one bite that had the little tablet in it. I could not get it into Ringo. Ringo would not eat anything that I put it into. So I'm going to have to try again either for dinner or for breakfast tomorrow. Make sure that they're really good and hungry. I'm going to try it with some other kind of food. But yeah, not happy about that. But at least I got it into the two cats. I forgot to give it to Splash this morning, so I don't know, maybe I'll give it to him later, or maybe what I'll do is I'll just try again tomorrow with Splash and Ringo and see how that goes. I just would really like them to get like a final dose and then be done. So otherwise, there's still less fleas than there were. I flea combed as many cats as I could this morning, only got a few fleas off of each of them, if at all. So that's a really good sign. There's hardly any fleas in the flea traps. And I don't know if I mentioned it, but yesterday I went out and bought a bunch of ant bait and, things for getting rid of the ants. So I have to deal with that also. Hopefully today will end up being a better day than how it started because it really didn't start very well. And I don't know why no one's eating their food. It's just really strange. It is 7:15 p.m. I just came downstairs to comb the cats and give them dinner and vacuum and change the sheets. Look at what's going on here. These three are waiting to be combed. They know the routine. And Richard is grooming Ziggy. Ringo's meowing. Ziggy's so happy, and so is Richard. Nancy's grooming herself. Ringo's meowing. It is 8:18 p.m. and here's Simba. He's laying on the bed. He wants to get combed. I have been editing a video today, so I was editing the weekly vlog video, or part of it. And what I realized when I was editing the video was that I think I've been counting the days wrong with regards to how long I've been using the dehumidifiers. So today marks exactly 3 weeks since I started using a dehumidifier downstairs, and tomorrow marks 3 weeks since I started using a dehumidifier up here. Like 3 weeks since I bought a new dehumidifier for upstairs, and I have 2 running. For some reason, I think I've been counting an extra week in there. For some reason, I thought I started the dehumidifiers only a few days after I discovered that the cats had fleas, but in reality, it was about a week and a half after I discovered the cats had fleas. So I think my time frame has been completely wrong with regards to when I kind of mentioned that in the videos. So I just wanted to document that, and if that is indeed the case, when I edit the videos where I mention it, I'm going to have to put like a text correction over that. But for some reason I thought it had been 4 weeks, but it's only been 3 weeks, which is good because then that means the dehumidifiers actually work quicker than I thought they did. What I probably confused it with was the flea traps, because the flea traps are what I started using like a few days after I discovered the fleas. And then like a week after, that's when I started the dehumidifier. So that's probably where the confusion set in. So it's time to check the flea traps. It's been another week. And let's see what's going on here. So this one has, I don't know, there's like ants on it. There's some other kind of bug on it. Very, very few fleas. So that is good. I mean, it looks like maybe it has a couple fleas. Stay out of there, Sammy. So yeah, so this week was definitely the best week so far. I will refill this with another sticky pad, and we'll see how we do this week. Okay, I just set this trap up with a fresh sticky pad on the bottom, so we'll see how this does. Here's the other one, and it looks like one of the cats has gotten their little paws through the laundry basket. So this one definitely has more bugs on it than the other one did, but these look like they're mostly ants also. Look at this. Look. I'm trying to do this, and I have Sammy and Ziggy trying to get into it. So that's what this sticky sheet looks like, and I'm counting very few fleas, and this is really mostly ants, so maybe there's like 5 fleas on here. Maybe 6 or 7 most. I don't need you standing on sticky stuff. Okay, so I just set this one up also, and it is underneath this laundry basket, and there's Ziggy. Hello, Richard. Want to get combed? You want to get flea combed today, Richie? Are you ready, Richie? You want to get combed? Here we go. Ow! Ow, Richard! Okay, let's comb you. Comb you good, then you get more treats, okay? Comb you good, Richard. Okay, let's comb Richard really good. Comb you really good, okay? I don't see no fleas, Richard. Let's stir him up with the brush, okay? Let's stir him up with the brush, Richard. Okay? See if there's any fleas on you. Okay, did that wake up any fleas? Come on. Come here, Richie. Out the way, Nancy. You're next. Nancy, you're next. You're next, Nancy. First Richard, then you. First Richard, then Nancy. I'm not getting any fleas on Richard. Richard, are you out of fleas? Are you out of fleas? Huh? What are you doing? Don't attack me. I don't see no fleas on you, Richard. None. Okay, Nancy, you're next. You're next, Nancy. Get down, Sammy. Get down. Get down. You want to be next, Sammy? Okay, you're next. Okay, you're next, Sammy. Nothing on you so far. Hey, Ziggy, you next too? You want to be next? Who's going to be next? Come on. Who's going to be next? Can we do one at a time? Who's next? Okay, Nancy, you're next. Because you already had a few treats. Let me brush you first. Come here. Nancy, come here. Nancy. Come here. Okay, Nancy, let's brush you, see if you got any fleas. Okay, Sammy, you'll be next too. I've found that if I brush the cats, sometimes it'll stir up any fleas that are on them. Where you going, Nancy? You want to go there? Let's get you done. Are we out of fleas? Hey, Ziggy. I don't see any fleas, Nancy. Ringo, what you doing? You want me to brush you too? Okay, let's see, Nancy. Let's see if you got any fleas. I'm not getting any fleas off of you, Nancy. None. Be nice, Nancy. Get down, Sammy. Here. So when they cooperate, they get treats. Okay, Ziggy. Let's comb you. Are you going to have any fleas for me? Or are you out of fleas today also? No fleas today? Okay, you want to smell my hand? Here you go, smell it. It smells like soap, right? It smells like soap. Okay, I'll comb here. Let's comb here. Okay. Don't eat it, it's metal. You don't want to eat metal. Okay. Let's comb Ziggy. Comb Ziggy. You're a nice girl, Ziggy. Oh, that's a flea. Oh, and it's jumping. You got it. Jumping, get out. Get away, there's a jumping flea. Move. Where did it jump? Did it jump back on you? So this is why I like to have everything white. Move over. And we have to remember when fleas jump, they don't go very far. They only jump about 12 inches. So that flea probably jumped right back on Ziggy. All right, Ziggy, where are you? Let's get that flea. Okay. All right, no time for that. We got to get Ziggy's flea. We got to get Ziggy's flea. Ziggy, where did you put that flea? Where did that flea go? Where is it? Give it to me. Give me that flea. Hey. Don't eat the tea. There's a nasty flea in this room. There is a nasty flea in this room, Ziggy. Give me that nasty flea. Give me that nasty flea. It was a big, nasty flea. It wasn't a little tiny one. It was a big one. Okay. Give me that nasty flea. Where's it at? Your neck? Your tail? I don't see it. It has to be on you, Ziggy, because where else would it go? Everything's white. Is it on your belly? Is there a flea on your belly? Let me do your belly. Ziggy, where's the flea? We saw the flea, it was jumping. Where's the jumping flea, Ziggy? Okay, ready? Let's do this side. Let's get your flea over here. Get the flea. Do your belly. Where's your flea at? Where is your flea at, Ziggy? I'm looking for the flea. Just give me the flea. Tell the flea to jump on the comb. Say, Mr. Flea, jump on the comb. Jump on the comb, Mr. Flea. Okay? Okay, here's what I want you to do, Ziggy. Itch. Scratch and itch. Scratch somewhere where the flea is on you. Scratch it. Are you saying it jumped on Nancy? Oh, it jumped on Richard. When you laid down next to Richard, it jumped onto Richard. It was just hitchhiking on you? Okay. Where's Richard? Richard! Richard, come here, Richard. You're the one with the flea. Here, come here. Come here. You have the flea. Give me the flea. Give me the flea, Richard. Okay. You coming back up here? They know this is their flea station. What happened? Did you pass it off to somebody else? Because I'm not seeing it on you either. Be nice. Be nice. Where did that nasty flea go? Where did it go? I see a speck. No specks allowed. Alright, I got him. Okay. You guys hanging out here? Sammy, you're next. Come on, Sammy. Yeah, you're next. Come on. Here you go. Okay, come on, Sammy. Let's go. Here. Okay? Come here. You're not going in your tunnel. You're not going in your tunnel until we get all of your fleas off of you. Because so far, I'm not getting any off of anybody. The only flea I saw was the one that was jumping on the furniture. Where did it jump to? That's the question. It's not on me. I'm wearing white. Sammy, you don't have no fleas either? There ain't no fleas on you? There ain't no fleas on you, Sammy. Sammy, there's no fleas on you. Okay. You all good? The curtain is still working out good. The curtain rod is still attached to the wall. That is good. So here's Ziggy, and I did not get any fleas off of the 4 cats that I flea combed, but I know there's still a flea down here because I saw it jumping here, and then it jumped here, and then I don't know where it went because Ziggy was here and then I was here. However, I do know that it is not on me because I wear all white. I have these white jeans. These are Lucky Brand jeans. I got these at Marshall's. They just happened to have my size and it was like perfect timing. And then I have these tucked into white socks. So if fleas jump on my socks, they are not going to be able to like walk up my pant leg. I see a little tiny speck on this sock. I don't know if that's a flea or what, but wearing white is a very, very good thing to do when you're fighting fleas because you can see every little speck. Here's Richard, no fleas on him. Here's Ziggy. There might be a flea on her, but I wasn't able to find it with the flea comb. Here's little Eva. Little Eva, will you let me comb you, please? Can I comb you? Can I comb you? Another good way to tell if there are remaining fleas is to wear all white and then like sit down on the carpet. So I was just giving the cats that I could not comb some treats. I fed Ringo by hand and I fed Goldie by hand and I had to toss some to little Eva back there. So I sat here like this, I kneeled down on the floor, and then when I got up, I checked to see if there were any like black specks on me, and there was actually a little flea on that foot. So that's another way to check to see if there are still fleas around. So there are still random strays, which means I am going to keep the dehumidifier on. I shut it off today when I turned the camera on when I came downstairs, but I'm going to put it back on, make sure we keep the humidity low. And yesterday marked 3 weeks with the dehumidifier, and today will be 3 weeks with 2 dehumidifiers on. So maybe by keeping them on for a full month, so maybe by this time next week, every single flea will be gone. We did start noticing a dramatic difference like after 2 weeks of running them nonstop. So hopefully running them for 4 weeks will eradicate everything. If we check the flea traps, on this trap I see 4 ants, and on this trap I see 2 ants. It is 7 p.m. and the cats are having dinner right now. And they're having rabbit. So I did an order from hairtoday.com. That's where I ordered the ground mice a few months ago. And they weren't really the biggest fans of that, but they did have ground rabbit. And the last time I ordered it with the fur, and that was just, it was a little bit too much. So I just ordered the ground rabbit with bone and organs. So all I really need to do is add like a multivitamin for the cats, and then it's a complete meal. So that's what they're having for dinner. And they haven't had rabbit in a very long time. So it looks like Splash is almost done. He just ate his food so fast. Stella's half done. Simba's working on his. I really can't see what Boo's doing, but they all seem very happy. Boo was my taste tester earlier today. So when I purchased it from Hair Today, it comes in these big 5-pound packages, like big 5-pound containers. And it was a day late and it shipped frozen. So it was supposed to arrive yesterday via UPS, but for some reason it was delayed and it did not arrive until today. So I was a little bit concerned about how cold it would be. It was still very, very cold, but it wasn't frozen solid. Like the last time I ordered from that company, it was frozen solid when I got it. This time, it wasn't frozen solid, but it was still very, very, very cold. So what I did was I portioned everything into 24-ounce portions, and then I froze those portions as one meal, because that's what I go through per meal, 24 ounces of food. When I add water and supplements, then it ends up being like right now, each of the cats got 3 ounces of food for dinner. So adding water to it makes the volume and the weight of the food increase. I'm glad they like it because I bought 12 pounds of it, which is enough for about 6 meals for them. They go through 1.5 pounds per meal. So that's like 3 pounds a day. Actually, it's 8 meals for them. So today's their first meal, and then I still have 7 meals in the freezer downstairs. And I think I also still have 6 meals of the raw food that I purchased at the local poultry farm. So we're good for about a week. I won't have to make food. The main reason why I purchased the rabbit is because I was reading up on cats with dermatitis, and a lot of holistic vets suggest putting them on rabbit for a while because it's like hypoallergenic. And if a cat is having an allergic reaction based on any kind of food, usually rabbit is a safe alternative. So we're going to see what happens with that. Even though they're not going to be getting rabbit every meal, they're going to get it like once a day. We'll just see if there's a difference, but Boo really, really enjoys it. I don't know how the Lucky 7 are going to do with it because they have not eaten rabbit as much as these cats have. For a while, these cats were eating like the Primal Rabbit Nuggets, the commercial raw food, before there was a supply issue with that. So I know that these guys really like rabbit. I don't know so much as far as the other ones. So I'm going to go downstairs now. I got to flea comb them, clean stuff up, vacuum, and give them their food. Look what's going on here. They're waiting for me. I came down a little while ago to put a load of laundry in the wash, and they thought I was going to be combing them. But I was like, no, I'm going back upstairs. I'll be back later. So they're all waiting. It is 8 p.m. and 5 of the cats are eating their food. Sammy's eating, and I thought if anyone was not going to eat, it would be her, because I remember her not really liking rabbit, but she's halfway through her meal already. This is Richard down here. He's eating. Goldie's eating. That was Nancy's plate. Nancy is in the litter box. And that is little Eva. I don't know why she's not eating. Little Eva's plate is there. Ringo's eating and Ziggy's eating. So right now, Nancy's not eating. Little Eva's not eating. They might be holding out for a canned food. And with little Eva, it could be a thing where she has never had this food before. So she's like Splash and she's a little hesitant to try it. So we'll see what happens. I vacuumed down here. I changed the sheets on all of the furniture. I did find a few live fleas on the furniture. And I also ended up with about 4 fleas on my socks, which was weird because I haven't had any fleas on my socks in a while. I don't know where they came from, but yeah, so everything is done down here, and they just need to eat their food. I still have other things that I need to do upstairs. I also have laundry in the washer and the dryer, so I have to check on those. I gave Nancy her plate over here. She's tasting it, which is good. Richard's like, what are you doing? Hopefully she'll eat it. Goldie really enjoyed it. Her plate is empty, and now she's finishing what was on Richard's plate, and Ziggy's finishing what was on Sammy's plate. But there's still food on Ziggy's plate. Ringo ate half of his, and little Eva hasn't touched hers. Go eat your food, Eva, okay? Go finish it. Want to eat Richard's? Finish Richard's. You could eat it. It's food. I think I just realized where the fleas came from, the ones that I saw on my socks. So I took garbage out today, And I also emptied the vacuum cleaner into a bag outside and I took it to the garbage. And when I came inside, I did not check myself for fleas. I just went straight downstairs, and that's probably where the fleas came from when I was outside. It is 9 a.m. and there's Splash hanging out in the cat tower. It's raining. And I can't believe how dark it is out. Like, the whole house is so dark right now. It's 9 a.m. It should be a lot lighter than this. It's just going to be a really dark and gloomy day. There's Stella. Hey, Stella. Here's Simba. Let me tell you what Simba did to me at 5:30 in the morning. Simba woke me up by headbutting my nose so hard I thought he broke it. I was like, what are you doing, Simba? So then I covered my face with my hands because I was like, I'm not getting up. I am so tired. I need more sleep. And then he started chewing on my fingers. Like, he swallowed like half of my finger. I was like, what are you doing, Simba? So finally, I had to get up and give him like a few crunchies, maybe like a teaspoon of crunchies, and then he left me alone. But I was like, why are you waking me up like that? That's not right. Right, Simba? And here's Boo. Boo slept on the bed last night, and he's been itching a little bit this morning, so I definitely have to flea comb him. Stella, Simba, and Boo just got flea combed, and I did not find one flea on them. It's 12:30 p.m. I just came in the room a few minutes ago and something amazing happened. So Splash was laying on top of the bed. He was laying right here and he looked very relaxed. So I decided to see what would happen if I tried to flea comb him. And I was able to completely flea comb him. Like, he was just enjoying it. He didn't try to fight me. He didn't try to run away. Nothing. I flea combed him so well. And I did not find one flea on him. He got some crunchies as a reward, and he's still on top of the bed. And to make it even better, I was able to crawl onto the bed and sit next to him while I was flea combing him. Normally, if he's on the bed and I'll try to sit on the bed, he'll like jump off the bed, but he didn't jump off the bed. So it was just amazing. He's never done that before. Like, he's never let me flea comb him as much as he just let me flea comb him now. And he's never let me do it while I was sitting next to him on the bed. So that is huge progress for Splash. The thing is with Splash is sometimes he makes incredible progress like this, and then all of a sudden it'll be forgotten. And he'll like just go back to how he was before. So I don't know if it's because I have a feel away dispenser on in here. Maybe that's helping to relax him. But it was just really, really good. It's 12:30 p.m. and here's Nancy. She's hanging out in the cat tower. And the deer family has been having fun across the street. They've been kind of eating food and galloping around. And there's been quite a few cars that have stopped to look at them. And Nancy's been watching them for a while. It's raining again today, even though it looks like the rain has stopped right now. It was raining so much overnight and yesterday, and I think that's why the deer family came out, because the rain has finally let up. And I don't know if I mentioned this the other day or not. So the day before yesterday, I went to the supermarket at night, and I got back, it's probably around 10 p.m. And when I got out of my car and I was unloading it, I noticed that the mother deer and the 3 babies were in my neighbor's yard having a snack on the landscaping. And what I also noticed was that the big daddy deer was near the woods across the street, and he stood there with his big antlers. And that was like the first time I saw the daddy, because I usually only see the mother and the babies. So that was really something different. And he almost looked like a reindeer, like with the big antlers. If there was snow, I would have been like, oh my gosh, it's like one of Santa's reindeers. So he stood there for a while and then he continued to just walk along the woods, and I don't know eventually where they went because I came inside and had to take care of the cats. But I thought that was really interesting that I saw him for the first time. It's 1:50 p.m. I just came into my room to look for an extension cord. And look at what's going on here. Look at this. It's Stella and Boo. They're laying together on the bed. Look at that. Their butts are touching. I've never seen them laying so close together like this before. Here are the two traps in my storage room. So here's the homemade trap with the bowl of soapy water and a small incandescent light bulb that gives off light and heat. And then here is the plate with the soapy water and the green LED light that just gives off green light and no heat. And I have them probably, I don't know, maybe like 6 to 8 inches away from each other. And I'll come back later and I'll see if either of them caught anything. And this is what it looks like with the light turned out. There are 2 windows in this room, but they're not letting in a whole lot of light. It's mostly dark down here. It's 2 p.m. I just walked past Boo's room and saw this. Nancy and Richard are laying here with their arms around each other. It sounds like Ringo's meowing. Ringo's meowing. It's 2:30 p.m. I just gave the cats a little bit of freshly dried catnip. So I had harvested some catnip from my yard, I don't know, like a week ago. And I had cut up small pieces of it and given it to the cats to have a taste. And Simba had, 1 or 2 little pieces of it fresh, and he was fine. He did not vomit from it or anything. And I just found some of the leaves that I had been drying. So I crumpled them up and I gave each cat just a little bit. So Stella and Boo have been enjoying it. Boo's going to be rubbing up on it right now. Right here, there's some there. And I gave Simba a little tiny bit in the bed. And there's Splash, he's in the cat tower. I gave him a little bit in the cat tower also. I just made some homemade cat treats. I'm experimenting with a recipe. And this was made with some chicken breast and then some egg yolks. And I baked them in a mini ice cube tray, so they're little squares. And Boo loves them. He's eaten like 5 of them already. And Ziggy really likes them too. And Simba ate one. I don't know if Splash ate one. I gave one to Stella. She's in a cat tower, so I don't know. I don't think she ate it. I don't know if Richard and Nancy ate it. Those are all the cats that I gave it to, but Ziggy's had several because she really likes them, and so does Boo. It's 9:30 a.m. There's Stella and Simba. I wanted to show you what the cats got for Halloween this year. So I got these, I don't know, like a month or so ago at Home Goods. And I thought they were really cute because they're little pumpkins, but they have like arms and legs. So they're kind of like spidery pumpkins, if that makes any sense, because of the arms and legs that stick out. And I thought the cats would really like them. I don't know if they're catnip toys or not. They might be catnip toys. I don't know. I have to look. Oh, they have crinkly stuff in them. And it was $4.99. Oh, yes, it says includes catnip. So 3 of these were $4.99. So I got enough for all of the cats, which means I had to buy 4 sets of them. As we can see, Simba already wants to play with them. Now, Simba had a little bit of dried catnip yesterday, and he was fine with it. It did not make him vomit. So with him and catnip, I think it's definitely dose dependent. So since Halloween is pretty much only a week away, I have... Look at Stella. Stella's going in the bag. So since Halloween is pretty much only a week away, I wanted to make sure I give these to the cats because I have a tendency of buying the cats holiday toys and then forgetting to give them to the cats. So I'm going to give these to the cats. I also got them this really cute wand toy with a little witch on it. I don't remember where I picked this up. And I also bought these, and the reason why I bought these is because of the wand toy that comes with it. See that spider? Yeah, that's the wand toy, so I thought the cats would really like that. And this was from Home Goods, $4.99 also. So this year I spent about $25 on Halloween toys for the cats, but if you realize that it's for 11 cats, it ends up being a little bit more than $2 per cat. So what I need to do with these is remove them from the packaging, and then I'm going to cut off all the white tags, and then I'll give these to the cats. They should enjoy them. I leave the room for like 1 minute, and look at what's going on here. I knew they'd like these because of the arms and legs on them. Stella's chewing on one of their legs. Stella, let me take them off the packaging, okay? This is what the cats are getting. Stella is going to get this one, the girl. Boo's going to get this one with the hat. And then Splash and Simba are going to get these. Aren't they cute? It's like a little jack-o'-lantern family. Here, Splash. Simba, this one's yours. Simba. Simba, no fighting. You have your own. Simba, no fighting. You have your own. I gave Splash his toy in the cat tower. I gave Stella her toy here. She's laying with these electronic toys. She loves them. They might not play with these toys right now because they haven't had their breakfast yet. I just gave Boo his toy. It's your toy, Boo. Boo's been itching this morning. So what I did was I put some coconut oil on his scabs. He has a scab on the back of his neck and like on the side here. So what's going on with me? My hands are at the point where they're completely dry and cracking, and they're itching really bad also. So it makes me think that, you know, if my hands are itching like this, Boo could be itching also. So last night I woke up out of a sound sleep because my hands were like itching so much. So I went and I grabbed some coconut oil and I put it on my hands, and it helped to soothe them a lot. So that's why this morning I put some on Boo. I might put some more on him, but I know he doesn't really like it. So I just tried to be, you know, really careful with the amount that I put on him. But I might put more on him. But yeah, because of the low humidity in the air inside the house, and because I've been washing my hands so many times a day, just because I've been doing so much cleaning and everything. So I definitely need to be wearing more gloves and also cut back on the amount of time that I'm washing my hands. But anytime I touch the litter boxes or I'm dealing with any kind of, ant killer or any kind of anything, I really like to keep my hands clean and wash it off. So that's why I tend to wash my hands a lot. It's a little bit after 10 a.m. and I just came downstairs with the 7 toys. So I'm going to give these to the cats down here. Is Nancy going to take one? You want one, Nancy? There's Richard. You guys going to choose one? I have 2 of these for the boys. Here you go, Richard. That's yours. And here's one for Ringo. Then I have the girl ones and the other ones for the other girls. They don't want them? You don't want to play? Nobody wants a toy? Okay, maybe they don't want them now, but they'll play with them later. I know they will. Where's Ringo? Sammy, you want a toy? They want to be combed and they want to eat breakfast. Okay, so I'm going to disperse these around the room. I'm just about to comb the cats, and I wanted to quickly mention that last night, that was Sammy scaring Goldie. Sammy likes to hide inside of this tunnel, and then when another cat walks by, she jumps out at them. She likes to scare them that way. What I was saying is that last night when I flea combed the cats, I got 2 tiny fleas off of them, one off of Nancy and one off of Ziggy. So I want to make sure I keep combing them until I don't see any fleas for several days in a row. I don't care if I see fleas on them, off of them. I don't want to see any fleas anywhere. I'm continuing to run the dehumidifiers. Right now I have it off just so I could film these videos. But I'm continuing to run them, vacuuming once a day. I have been changing these sheets now every other day instead of every day because it gives me a chance to do other laundry. And I continue to flea comb about twice a day. The flea combing process is much quicker when there's no fleas. Let's take a look at the bug traps that were on overnight. So here's the dish with the green LED light. There are 20 ants in this dish with the green light. And then here's the bowl with the incandescent light, which also gives off heat. And I see 9 ants and it looks like 1 flea. So I would say that the green light was definitely more successful than the incandescent light that also gives off heat. However, there also is the issue that this plate is quite a bit larger than this bowl. So what I think I'm going to do sometime today is reset this one with the same exact plate that I have the green light in. That would give a better comparison. I'll use the same light bulb, the same framework, but I'll just put the larger plate down. It's 9 a.m. and I just opened up the Halloween wand toy. Looks like Boo's enjoying it. Stella just went crazy over it. It's 3:30 p.m. Here's Sammy. She's relaxing in the cat tower. How you doing, Sammy? She's smelling me because I just got back from the pet store. I had to buy a bunch of cat litter and some food. And that was pretty much it. Right, Sammy? Here's Ringo. How you doing, Ringo? Hello, handsome Ringo. How are you? You're doing okay? I came down here to check on these traps and to replace them with 2 matching plates. So the green light is still on. It's been on for over 24 hours. I think today is like the 2nd day, so about 48 hours now. There are a lot of ants in the water around this trap. I don't know what the camera's picking up, but there's a lot of ants. And there's also ants in this one, but only a fraction of the ants that are in this one. So I'm going to take these outside, clean them out, and put new traps down here. Here is the new trap. Everything is the same green light, same plate. The only thing different is it has fresh soapy water in it. And then about 9 inches away is this plate. And the only thing different with this plate is that it has an incandescent bulb which gives off light and heat, but it's giving off like a soft white light versus the green light. There's already 2 ants in this one because they were probably on the framework, and when I put the framework in they fell into the water. So this one has a little bit of a head start advantage. We'll see what happens. This is an ant glue trap that I purchased at Home Depot like last week or so. So I'm actually going to make this a triple comparison. So here is the ant glue trap, and it is about 9 inches away from this light trap, which is about 9 inches away from this light trap. So once again, this has a green LED light. It does not give off any heat, just green light. This is a 4-watt incandescent bulb, so this gives off a little bit of heat as well as a soft white light. And then this one is just a glue board. One other thing that I should mention is that I did put some ant bait in the corner of this room, and hopefully most of the ants will eat the ant bait and then go back to their colony, and that will kill off all the ants. But we'll see what happens. This is an experiment, and I'll come back tomorrow afternoon or tomorrow morning or later tonight to check on it. It is 9:41 a.m. I just walked into my room thinking I am going to comb the cats, and I found this on the vomit blanket. This is a big hairball from Boo, and I predicted this. So let me tell you why I predicted this. Here's Simba, he's in the cat tower. The reason why I predicted it was because Boo was up and grooming himself all night. And I've noticed that when Boo does that, he usually coughs up a really big hairball from all of the cat hair he ingests. And so that's why I expected some kind of hairball from him sometime today. Did not realize it would be this morning, and did not realize it would be on the vomit blanket. And what is really gross is the fact that I just grabbed like a wooden skewer, and I am going to poke through this hairball because I do see things in it, and I don't know if it's still tapeworm segments or what, so I got to take a good look. I just poked around in the hairballs, and it doesn't appear to be tapeworm segments. It appears to be little pieces of chicken treats that Boo ate last night. Here is my clean white comforter that is underneath the vomit blanket, and as you can see, none of the vomit went through the vomit blanket. Here's the bottom of the blanket. Once again, you could see that none of the liquid from the hairball seeped through this blanket, so I just have to thank you so much, Sharon, for making this for me. I just put this white duvet cover on top of the bed until I get the vomit blanket out of the laundry. And I have this container of crunchies. I want to comb the cats. So this is what I do. Look at that. Simba's the first to arrive. I wanted to mention one other thing before I forget, and that is for the past 2 nights, I have been turning off the dehumidifier at night because I'm really tired of the constant noise of a dehumidifier. And I find that I do sleep better without that noise all night. So the humidity when I wake up is usually around 40% in the house. And when the dehumidifiers are running, it's usually around 35%. So I put it back on during the day, I let it run during the day, and then I've been turning it off at night because today will be exactly 4 weeks that I started running a dehumidifier downstairs. And then tomorrow will be 4 weeks from the time I started running a dehumidifier up here. And I think that's a good amount of time. It's completely eliminated 99% of the fleas. And really, I'm just going to continue running them during the day for another few weeks just to make sure that all the fleas are gone and they're not coming back. The dehumidifier downstairs is full. I need to empty it. And I did not empty it before I went to bed last night. So I figured what would happen is sometime overnight it would fill up and then it would shut itself off. And that's what it did. So last night was the first night down here without a dehumidifier running. And these are the humidity sensors. One says 31%, the other one says 39%. I'd be more inclined to believe the one that says 39%. Here's Nancy and Richard. They're getting ready to be flea combed. Here's Sammy. So last night I did not change the sheets on the furniture down here. I've started doing that every other day, and that's been working out, but I did vacuum and flea comb the cats. Let's check on the ant trap. So it looks like the green LED lights turned off, so I have to put new batteries in there. There's no ants in here. But the soft white incandescent bulb, there's about 17 ants in this one. There's 2 ants on the glue paper. I ordered more Capstar. It just arrived today. It's been a week since anyone had some Capstar. So I am going to try to get this into Goldie, Ringo, and Eva. Those are the 3 I can't flea comb. And if there's any remaining fleas on them because they are still itching occasionally, then hopefully this will be the last time anyone gets Capstar. And I'm using this Fancy Feast Naturals, natural trout and tuna recipe. This is how I have to give them the Capstar. So they're each getting 1/4 of a can of the Fancy Feast Naturals. And then 3 of them, the ones with the little crunchies next to them, have a Capstar hidden in them. So hopefully they'll eat it and not even know that they're eating it. It looks like the mission has been accomplished. I made sure not to give them too much food for dinner last night, like not too many snacks after dinner, so they're good and hungry today. And they just dove right in and ate it, no hesitation. Goldie had hers, she's right up there. And there's Eva and Ringo, they had theirs also. So that worked out really, really well. But the trick is I have to make sure that all the cats are getting fed like the same thing. So that way it doesn't raise any red flags among the ones that are getting the tablets. And the landscapers just arrived, so they're making a bunch of noise outside. So I am going to wait for them to finish whatever little bit of canned food's left on the plates, and then I'll give them their breakfast. But it's definitely much easier to give them the medicine this way than to try to give it like individually, first to Goldie, then to Ringo, and to Eva, or in whatever order, because then they get suspicious. And I definitely think it also helps to give it in the trout and tuna because they don't often have that flavor. It is 8:30 p.m. and it is time to swap out these Taro Flea Trap glue boards. So I just ordered another set of refills from Amazon. They arrived today. And let's take a look at what is going on with these flea traps. So there's definitely less fleas on them this week than last week. And just like last week, the majority of the bugs that are on here are ants and not fleas. Maybe there's like 2 fleas. Honestly, I'm mostly just seeing ants. And I feel like there's less ants this week than last week. So I'm going to swap out the glue board, and then we'll see how this coming week does. Here is the fresh glue board. So here's the other one. This is the one that's closer to the cat tower. And once again, it's mostly ants. Again, maybe there's like 1 or 2 fleas on here, but most of what's on here is just ants. And I think there's less ants on it this week than last week. And here's the second flea trap with a fresh glue board. Here's Richard. He's eating his dinner. I noticed 2 of the cats did not really eat their food. He was one of them, so he came back and he ate it after everyone was done. One other thing that I wanted to mention today is that I found 3 fleas on the cats when I was combing them. I found 2 on Sammy, and they jumped off the comb, and I think I got one of them, and I'm not sure where the other one went, but I definitely found 2 on her, and I also found 1 on Richard. Here's Nancy. All the cats are really tired right now. There's Ziggy. Here's Sammy. There's Ringo. And there's Richard. And I don't know where Goldie and Eva are right now. But I'm really, really tired, so I'm going to call it a night. I'm going to go upstairs and eat something, clean up the kitchen, and then go to bed. Okay, Ringo? I forgot to mention that the reason why I think I found the fleas is because of the capstar today. So the 3 cats that got the capstar, that would cause, fleas to jump off of them and, try to escape. And I think that's why I found the 3 fleas on the cats when I combed them today, because I haven't been finding any fleas. But hopefully that's a good sign, because then hopefully the cats that had the capstar have less fleas. Richard's watching some mice. Hey, Richard. Watching the mice? I put the electronic toys on for the cats before I go upstairs. Sammy's enjoying herself. It's 10:40 p.m. Look at what's going on here on my bed. So I'm so excited that I'm actually going to bed at a decent hour today, because I've been going to bed after midnight and it's been catching up with me, so I really want to get some good sleep. But look at what's going on here. Simba, Boo, and Stella. So I just flea combed all of them, and I actually got a flea off of Stella. So I don't know where she got the flea from, but I'm glad I found it. And they each got a few crunchies because they got flea combed. Splash is playing with a toy in the living room. It is 9:30 a.m. and here is Boo. I wanted to show him to you, but he's moving around now. He looks a little bit scraggly because I put coconut oil on him in the middle of the night. So it was a rough night. All I wanted to do was get sleep. I went to bed at a decent hour, but I didn't end up falling asleep till probably sometime between 11 and 12, which is better than it's been previously. But then what happened was, around 2:30 in the morning, I got woken up because Boo was itching and itching and itching and grooming and grooming and grooming. So I got up and I flea combed him, and there are no fleas on him at all. So then I said, let me put some coconut oil on him, because I've been putting it on my hands because my hands have been so dry and cracked and itchy, and it's really been helping me. So I put some on him, but of course he doesn't like it, but that's why his fur looks kind of weird today, because of the coconut oil. So then I tried getting back to sleep, but he kept itching and scratching, and it was so annoying. And then Simba jumped on the bed, and Simba just wanted treats and crunchies, so I ended up giving all the cats a little bit of crunchies, thinking, okay, maybe they'll settle down a little bit, but didn't work that much, and Boo just kept grooming and scratching, and eventually he did settle down. So then I was like, I'm just going to give him a ton of pets, kind of like this, and that's what I did. I just gave him a ton of pets, and that helped a little bit. But then he went back to grooming and scratching. And then I finally fell back asleep. I don't know, maybe like 4 o'clock in the morning. And then I woke up. So I got sleep, not as much as I would have liked to have gotten, and it was definitely interrupted sleep. I really wish it was just like one full good night's sleep, but it is what it is. Maybe tonight will be better, right, Boo? I should say I have been giving Boo and the other cats, but mostly Boo, extra like squeeze ups and chew-roos every day, because with Boo, I don't think he's been drinking enough water, and I want to make sure he has a good level of hydration, because if you're dealing with like dry, itchy skin, sometimes it can be because of like lack of hydration. So I've been giving him some extra treats. And the other thing that I need to do, there he goes, he's scratching again. The other thing that I want to do today is make a batch of homemade raw food. So the cats have been eating the raw food that I've been buying at the poultry farm. They've been getting that, and then they've been getting the rabbit that I've been purchasing online. And Boo really likes the rabbit, the cats all do. But I want to go back to the homemade raw food because I like knowing exactly what is in the food that I make them. I like knowing that the ratios are correct with regards to the amount of bone, organ meats. I like knowing what supplements are in it. So when I purchased the raw food from a local farm, it doesn't have any supplements in it. It just says it has bone and organ. And I don't know if I really trust the proper ratios that are in it. I mean, that's a horrible thing to say. I should trust it, but I just have so little faith in any commercial cat food at this point that I don't trust anything. So that's why I really want to go back to making like a big batch of homemade raw food. So what I would like to do today is go and buy the ingredients, meaning like the chicken and the organs and stuff like that, and then either make it today or make it tomorrow. I was thinking I could buy the ingredients today because that takes time. Then I can make the food tomorrow because that takes time, and that would be a good schedule to do that. Another reason why I want to do that is because I got a really nice comment from somebody yesterday or the day before on one of my homemade cat food videos, and the person mentioned that they had a cat that had problems like Boo's having now, like dermatitis issues, and the cat had been eating the homemade raw food for a month and was so much better. Like all those issues were going away. So that's why I want to get Boo back on homemade food where I know exactly what is in it, in what ratio, and I want to see if that makes a difference with him, because I have been giving them pre-made food that I've been purchasing from the farm or online, and maybe that is making a difference also in contributing to Boo's itching. I don't know. We shall see. But I must say that every time I flea comb Boo over the past several days, there are no fleas on him at all. It's 11:18 p.m. Look at what Boo just did. Look at what Boo is doing. He was splooting. Boo was splooting on the bed. I have never, ever, ever seen Boo do that before. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. So what I was doing was I was putting some Vetericyn wash on my hand. He's afraid of the spray, but I found the eye wash that comes in like a different type of container. It's not a spray container. So I was just putting some drops on my hand, and I was like rubbing it on his neck and on his back, and he was really enjoying it. And then he started stretching, and I was like, oh, okay, he feels really comfortable. The next thing I know, he starts splooting. I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta find the camera. Of course, the camera was all the way in the kitchen, so I was like, I hope he doesn't move before I get back. And he didn't move, so I caught it. I have proof that Boo was splooting. It's 11:23, and I was just able to get a good amount of the Vetericyn spray on Boo. I couldn't spray it on him. I had to like take the spray cap off of the bottle and then put some of it in my hand. And then what I had to do was like I had to rub it on him like this. Like he really loves it. Like I rub it like that and like that with both hands, not just one hand. So I feel like I got a good amount of it on his scabs because that's what I'm hoping to heal. I feel like once we can get his scabs healed up, then, you know, we're definitely on the road to him being less itchy, because scabs can be itchy, especially when they're, you know, when they're healing. And what he had just done was kind of, you know, scratch some scabs off. So you can see that he still has a ways to go as far as fur growing back in. But today he had homemade raw food for breakfast. And I knew everything that was in it. It was chicken-based food. And they had rabbit for dinner. I think I have another day or two of rabbit for dinner in the freezer, and then that's done. Tomorrow they're going to have homemade chicken for breakfast. It's going to be chunky chicken. And today I bought 24 pounds of chicken for making a big batch of homemade cat food. I already had over 2 pounds of organ meats in the freezer, so I just have to defrost those enough to get them through a grinder. So tomorrow I will be making a very big batch of homemade food for the cats. Now, actually it's not that big of a batch because they go through 3 pounds of food a day. They go through 1.5 pounds per meal. So even though I say 24 pounds of food, that's really only 8 days worth of food. So it's a little bit more than a week. And that's if they eat it for breakfast and dinner, which they probably are going to do, because I want to see how Boo does as far as his itching and over grooming. I want to see how he does back on, you know, 100% homemade raw. But he's in a good mood now. The cats had some playtime tonight, and they had squeeze ups and churros. Well, Boo had a squeeze up, and Stella had a churro, and Simba didn't want any, and Splash had one of each. And then Boo got some of the blue wilderness treats because I found these containers. The other day I was in a TJ Maxx and I found these containers in TJ Maxx, so I bought 3 of them. And the price went up because last year I paid $4.99 for these, and this year I paid $5.99 for these. So these went up a whole $1 since last year. And so, I mean, that's like 20%. In 1 year, there was 20% inflation on this product. It's a lot of inflation. But Boo just had quite a few of these. He's not getting any more right now. I would like to go to bed. It's almost 11:30. I'd like to get to bed before midnight. I did not get good sleep last night at all because Boo kept waking me up with his itching and scratching, and I'm hoping tonight is a lot better. He's rubbing up against that because he wants more. Okay, Boo, I'll give you 2. Just 2, okay? Then we're going to bed. It's 11:20 a.m. and I noticed Ringo was looking outside. So I'm at the back door now. Do you see this? There's a cat eating catnip out of one of the flower pots. I don't know what cat this is. I don't know if it's the neighbor's cat or if it's Bob. It might be the neighbor's cat. Oh no, wait. Oh yeah. It's hard to see through this. I just saw it rubbing up against the cat shelter, and yeah, it's the neighbor's cat. Here's Sammy. Sammy's like, what's going on? I know, Sammy, I gotta open the door, okay? Ringo just came running. They heard me open the door, so they came running around. Maybe they wanted to look, but then he saw me and he turned around. So there's been a bit of drama here this morning because I got my farm share box and it's not mine. Like, it's someone else's. I don't know who it belongs to, but when I opened it up, I was so disappointed because it has like all the stuff in it that I'm not supposed to get. Like, someone placed a really big order with different items. So I had to call the farm. They weren't answering the phone. Finally, someone called me back and they're going to try to straighten it out. But, you know, if someone is on a delivery route and they gave me the wrong items, that means they also gave my items to somebody else who got the wrong items. So who knows how many people got the wrong items today? It's, you know, potentially everybody, who knows? And I did notice that it was a new delivery driver. Like, it was not any of the previous delivery drivers. So it could be, I don't know what that was about. So it could be a situation where they just hired somebody who is not capable. So we'll see what happens if I actually get the products that I'm supposed to get, or if it, I don't know what's going to happen. So I'm confident that they will straighten it out, and even if I don't get the items I'm supposed to get, I'll get a credit for this week's delivery. But yeah, it's like, who needs this drama, right, Sammy? It is 11 p.m. I don't even know if I filmed anything today. It was just a really busy day. I had several deadlines I had to meet and just really didn't have a lot of time to do much of anything. I'm trying to set up the automatic feeder for the cats down here for tomorrow because I am going to be out all day and I'm probably not going to be back until late in the evening. I don't know what time I'm going to be back. So I need to set this up for their dinner. I'll be giving them breakfast, but they're going to have their dinner out of this automatic feeder. And if for some reason I end up making it an overnight trip, which it is not scheduled to be an overnight trip, but in case it is, then they'll also have this for breakfast the next day. So I'm setting it up, and the problem that I'm having now is that I usually stick these two stainless steel trays to the floor with like that blue poster tacky stuff. It's almost like a clay. And the package that I have, I just opened it up and it's not sticky at all. So I'm going to see if I could stick these trays to the floor with that automotive masking tape that I purchased for the fleas. I'm thinking maybe I could wrap it up in like the four corners and that'll stick it to the ground. I don't know. But the cats are like really excited. They're all waiting. Hey Ziggy. Ziggy and Nancy especially love the crunchies. And there is Goldie and Ringo. They're like, when are we going to have our crunchies? So what I realized today, as I was cleaning up down here, I vacuumed, changed all the sheets, and flea combed everyone, is that crunchies are currency, because that's how I use them in this house. When the cats get flea combed, they get a few crunchies if they let me flea comb them. They get a few crunchies if I get some fleas off of them. If I want cats to move to a certain part of the house, like if I want everyone to come down here, sometimes I'll just be like, okay guys, you want some crunchies? Or if I want to get cats upstairs, crunchies are the currency. So when I go away, they get extra crunchies because they get a meal of nothing but crunchies. So I think it's a really good strategy to get cats to do things because they actually value them the same way that humans value currency. So for cats, crunchies are their currency. And if you don't know what crunchies are, they're basically just dry cat food. And using crunchies as currency only works if they don't get them on a regular basis as a meal. So these cats don't get dry cat food as a meal. They get homemade raw food, and then they've been getting canned food, and they've been getting freeze-dried chicken. And that's been their meal topper. And for snacks, that's when they get their canned food. They get their homemade raw food as a meal. For a snack, they'll share like a can. And then for a meal topper, they get the freeze-dried chicken. And then I save crunchies when I need to bribe them, and also when I go away. It's 8:30 a.m. and here's Boo. I am getting ready for my day. I need to get out of here as soon as possible. I'll be away all day. I should be back later today. Let's see if we could get a look at his legs. I haven't seen them in a while. Boo, can you show us your legs? Boo. Boo. Boo, don't groom that area. I should also mention that I did flea comb him multiple times yesterday and I found no fleas. It is 10 a.m. That was Nancy. It is 10 a.m. Good morning, Goldie. I haven't filmed in the past few days, or if I did, I haven't filmed much. And I want to catch up a little bit. So yesterday, Goldie was sitting exactly where she's sitting right now, and she let me pet her. And I petted her for quite a while. I gave her quite a few pets. You think she's going to let me do that again today? I was able to pet her hindquarters. So let's see. So right now, she was letting me touch her. Come on, let me pet you. I'll give you pets. I'll give you pets. You alright? You alright, Goldie? You got pets yesterday. Yesterday you got pets, Goldie. You got pets yesterday, Goldie. Hello, Richard. Richard's new name is going to be called Siren, because instead of meowing, he makes like a siren noise. The cats were flea combed twice yesterday. I found 0 fleas. I've not seen any fleas on any of the white sheets or on my socks, so that is a really good sign. Hopefully all of the fleas are behind us now. I'm still keeping the dehumidifiers running to keep the humidity below 45%, but like right now they're off. What I do is I let them turn themselves off overnight, so I don't empty them before going to bed like I used to make sure that they ran, constantly. What I do now is I just let them, fill themselves up, and then they turn themselves off sometime overnight, and then that gives us some peace and quiet through the night. And then in the morning, I'll put them back on. So upstairs, I actually do turn that one off when I go to bed. And today, because it's so humid out, it's raining today, so it's like almost 100% humidity. When I woke up, we were just at 45% humidity in the house. So I turned on the one upstairs as soon as I realized that. Now, when I came down here, the dehumidifier had kicked off, but the humidity is still in the 30s down here. So I'm going to put it back on as soon as I finish filming this. What's going on over here? Who is up there? Is that Ziggy and Goldie? Or is that Sammy? No, that's Sammy on the right and one of the torties on the left. What are they looking at? It looks like they see something off to the left. I wonder what they see. Look at their tails. They definitely see something. I don't know if it's a bird, a squirrel, or another cat. Yesterday, I changed the sheets down here. I'm doing that on an every other day basis. I also vacuumed down here. And since I was away the day prior, that was like on an every other day basis. And that seems to be okay. Instead of doing it every day, I think I am now going to transition to every other day. Because I went from twice a day to once a day. And now I'm going to go to every other day. And I think that would be good. And I'm going to keep an eye on the sheets, and maybe I won't need to change those every other day. Maybe that could be like every third day. We'll see about that. So it is nice getting more of my time back and having to spend less time on the war against fleas. What do you see? What do you guys see? Who's out there? Who's out there? I don't see anything. Who do you see? Who do you see? It's Ziggy. Here's Richard. He says he's ready to be flea combed. I wasn't going to flea comb them yet. I was going to do that later, but if he's ready, I might as well. Here's Nancy, and it appears that I spoke too soon because I just flea combed her and a live flea jumped off of her. So we're still in the war against fleas. This is one of the flea traps that has been in use for about 5 days now. And the only bugs I see on it are 4 ants. So that's a big improvement also, because I do have quite a few ant traps set up. So the fact that there's only 4 ants on here so far is a good sign, and I don't see any fleas on here. So that's another good sign. Here's the other flea trap. And once again, we have a situation where there are 2 ants on it. And it looks like a speck of cat litter. But other than that, no fleas. It's midnight and I'm getting ready for bed. And I found a way to put the Vetericin spray on Boo that he seems to tolerate. So I have these cotton rounds. They're like cosmetic rounds. They're just, cotton. So what I did was I soaked this with some of the Vetericin spray, and then I wiped this on Boo. And I started, with the scabs on the back of his neck. He let me do that. And then I did his legs and his belly. And see, he let me do it. He was kind of enjoying it. Right now, he's a little annoyed because he doesn't like me showing that on camera. But yeah, he let me really wipe him down with that. So I'm happy. So maybe that'll just help him heal up, help his scabs, and keep him from itching. You see the back of his ears? See what he's doing? See how they're losing some hair? Yeah. Overall, he is itching less than he was like a few days ago, like a week ago. But there's still a ways to go. It's not just like overnight instant with him. The cats had the last of the ground rabbit for dinner today. And then tomorrow they're back on the homemade chicken food with higher fat content. So we'll see how Boo does with that. And tomorrow's Halloween, so I was thinking of giving them some kind of treat. They usually get like canned food on holidays and stuff like that. I do have some canned food that they haven't tried yet. Whoa, Simba just came running in here. Splash is playing with toys in the other room. Stella, Simba, and Boo were flea combed tonight because I still flea comb them before I go to bed. And then they got a few treats. They also had some canned food as dessert like 2 hours ago. Alright guys, time for bed. Good night, Simba. Good night, Boo. Stop grooming. Good night, Stella. It is almost 9 a.m. and here's Boo. He's finally relaxing and getting some sleep. I don't know what time he settled down, but that's what he was doing, like almost all night. I didn't get to sleep until about 2 a.m. because by the time I got to sleep, it was a little bit after midnight, and Boo was itching and grooming and itching, and I tried so many things. I put the Vetericin on him, and then that didn't really settle him down, so then I tried some coconut oil on top of it. That didn't settle him down. So then I found this anti-itch spray that I had purchased back when Ditto and Hydrox were living outside. So, a couple of years ago, but it wasn't past the expiration date. So I tried that on him. I don't even know if that worked because at that point I was just so exhausted, and I went to sleep in the other room for a little while. And then I ended up coming back in this room. And then at 5 o'clock in the morning, Simba literally jumped on top of me. Like, there I am sleeping, and all of a sudden I have a cat walking on top of me. I'm like, it has to be Simba. He's the only one that does that. And then he started bothering me. So I was like, all right, I'll give you some treats. So I gave him some treats, but of course that woke me up. And then Boo wanted some treats. Stella wanted some treats. So I gave them all treats. Just as I'm settling back, falling asleep, I hear someone vomiting. And I was like, are you kidding me? That has to be Simba. Well, nope, it wasn't Simba. It was Splash. So I had to clean that up. And by then it was like 6 a.m. and I was like, do I want to just stay up? And I was like, no, I can't. I have only had like 3 hours of sleep. So then I went back to sleep and I woke up around 8, but I can't get myself moving today, which is horrible. So right now it's almost 9. I don't really want to disturb Boo too much. So I'm going to get ready for my day and hopefully get some more energy. And yeah, we'll see how the day goes. Hopefully it goes well. I forgot to mention that I also gave him about 12 drops of CBD oil in a squeeze up. And I think that is what really finally settled him down enough for me to be able to fall asleep. Right now I have the dehumidifier on again. I shut it off last night and the humidity went up to about 42% in the house. So hopefully it'll bring it back down. And Stella and Splash are playing with some toys in the living room, making a lot of noise. And yeah, he was having a slow start to the morning, which is fine because he was up very late also. Simba, why did you wake me up like that? That was not nice of you. This is a hide and treat mat. It says Snuffle Puzzle Toy for Dogs. And I got this at PetSmart before I found any fleas on the cats. And I have not given this to the cats because of the flea situation. But now that the flea situation has passed, and since today is Halloween, I thought I would give this to them for a while and let them enjoy it, and let's see if they can figure it out. I thought it would work well for cats also. This is what it looks like. It's a little pumpkin patch. It's really cute. And then here on the pumpkins, there are some slots where you could put treats inside of here. You could put them under here, in here, and then like, you know, in this area. And then you could even put them in here. So I'm going to put a whole bunch of treats or crunchies on this mat, and then the cats could enjoy them if they want to. Boo's trying to get to the treats before I even put them on the mat. Move over, Boo. Okay? Move over, Boo. Not yet. Move over, Boo. Not yet. We're getting you ready, okay? Are you smart enough to get him out? Come on, Boo. Give me a chance to put him in. Let's put him in first. Let's put some treats in first. Put them in first. I'll put some here in this. I don't know if this is a sun or a flower. I'll put some in here. I think this is a really, oh, Boo's already getting them out. Maybe that one's too easy for him. Hide them in there. Oh, put some in the pumpkin stem. Boo's trying to get to them. He's like, give them to me, don't hide them. Put them under here. Under here. Is he going to be able to get them out? Under here. I think it might be too easy for Boo. There's some under there. Lots of little nooks and crannies. Put some on here. Put some on there. Okay. I think that's enough for now, right, Boo? You going to get the treats out? I just put the container away, Boo. That means you got to get any treats off of this mat. You going to get them off the mat? You got some of them. It might be a little bit harder because his claws are longer than a typical dog's nails. He smells them. There you see. You might figure I'll just shake the mat and shake them all loose. The dehumidifier's on in the other room. It's pretty loud. I don't know if the camera's picking it up. Did you get all your crunchies, Boo? Did you get all of them? Oh, see? I knew he would do something like that. He just shook them all out. Look what he did. See? This is how cats do it. They say, I'm just going to turn the whole thing over, shake it up, and now all the crunchies are out. And Stella, being the opportunist that she is, says, I'm going to eat some of these crunchies. I think there's a few left on the mat. Boo's gonna come back, see if there's any others. It looks like you found some. So this was on clearance at PetSmart. They actually had like 3 different designs, but I chose this one because I thought it was cute with the pumpkins. And I had no idea if the cats would like it or not. But since they like it, I would definitely buy another one. And if they had different designs for different holidays, that would be cute too. Stella's smelling. There's still crunchies in that little pumpkin she's smelling. Are you done? You guys aren't going to get any more treats out? Alright, I'll just leave you here with it, okay? You can hang out with it and get the rest out, and then I could come back later. Stella's a little bit intimidated by Boo right now. She's afraid that if she starts getting some treats out, he's going to smack her. Like, if he backed away, she'd start really looking. He's going to lay on it. Boo has claimed this as his. He's like, first come, first served. Oh, there she goes. She got some. Notice how she's moving to the farther corner. The farthest corner from Boo. She's going to get those out? She might. She's very smart with these kind of things. There are so many different nooks and crannies on this to hide little treats in. I mean, it's incredible. It appears that the bottom of this mat is like a type of nylon. Stella, you're not going to get the crunchies out? You don't want the crunchies, Stella? Alright guys, there's crunchies on here. You both going to just hang out on the mat? Alright, well I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you guys later, okay? Oh, Stella found another crunchie. Yep, she found a crunchie. Boo wants to bop her on the head. I could feel it. He's protecting his treat mat. Boo, relax, okay? Relax, Boo. Maybe this will keep him from scratching and itching so much. Okay, I'll see you later. Happy Halloween, guys. Hello, Nancy. How are you? Look what I have. I have your Halloween dress. Would you like to wear your Halloween dress, Nancy? I think you'll look very pretty in it. Do you want to wear it? Wanna wear your dress? Okay. Okay, we could try it on. We could try it on. Nancy, you look so pretty in your dress. You look so pretty. Look how pretty Nancy looks. I wonder if I could fasten it underneath her. It appears that it is actually too small for her because the Velcro parts, they won't meet underneath her. So this dress is too small. The neck fits okay, but the body part, like, as you can see, it's just too small for her. That's a shame, Nancy. Nancy, that's a shame. I know you like your dress. It's a shame it doesn't fit. It's a shame it doesn't fit. Let's see. Can we get it to meet? Can we get the parts to meet underneath? Can we get them to meet? Nancy is purring so loudly. I'm trying to get to see. I don't think that they're going to meet underneath her. I think she really likes it. She's rolling around in it, and she's purring. Can you hear her purring? Nancy, you look so pretty. You look so pretty, like a princess. Nancy, you're a pretty princess. But it looks like your dress doesn't fit. Your dress is too small, Nancy. I'm sorry, but that's the largest size they had. I guess people don't realize how large cats are, and you're not even a big cat. You're not even a big cat. You're a little cat. You're a little cat. See? If I try to put it around her, it doesn't even go halfway. Do you like it? You want to wear it like a cape? Is that your super princess cape? Is that what it's going to be? Your super princess cape. All right, let's see. Let's see. I couldn't do it. It doesn't go far enough, right, Nancy? Look. It doesn't go far enough. Actually, I just got the very edges of it to attach. Look at this. Look at Nancy. Come here, Nancy. Come here, Nancy. Look how pretty. Oh, how pretty you are, Nancy. You are so pretty in your dress. Look how pretty you are, Nancy. You look so pretty in your dress, and it fits you good. It fits you good, Nancy. It fits you very good, Nancy. You look very pretty in it. I have to clean out these cat towers. There's a little bit of hair in them. Oh, you're going to just hang out in it for a while? You want to wear the hat? That might be too much to ask. You want to wear your hat too? You want to wear your hat? Okay, you want to try it? Okay, we could try the hat. You want to try the hat? Princess hat? Guys, look at Nancy in the princess hat. Okay, you don't like your hat? No? No. You don't want it? Okay, you want to take it off? She just wants to chew it. She actually didn't mind it on her head. She just wants to chew that bottom piece with those two things on it. She thinks it's a toy. She's very proud of her dress right now. Want to wear it? You just want to play with it? It's not a toy. This is not a toy. This is not a toy. This reminds her of that Administering toy because of the elastic. Okay? You good? All right, come on. Come on. Give it to me. We don't eat that. That's a hat. Put it on again. Put it on your head. Put it on your head. Oh, how pretty. Nancy, look how pretty you are. Nancy. Nancy. Nancy, you're so pretty. Look here, Nancy. You want a treat? Nancy, you want a treat? You want a treat? Nancy, you're such a pretty princess. Richard, what are you going to dress up as? Put the hat back on? Okay, let's put the hat back on. Okay, there she is. There she is. with the castle. There's the princess with her castle. Stella's gonna be mad if Stella finds out. There's the princess sitting next to her castle. Ooh, what a pretty princess. You gonna go in the castle? The princess is going in her castle. Oh, now you're coming out, but your hat came off. I can't believe how much Nancy loves this. You look so pretty, Nancy. So pretty. Are you gonna play? Richard, what are you gonna wear? You wanna be a taco? Okay, she's losing her hat. I just gave Nancy some crunchies for being a good girl. She loves this dress. I think she loves this dress more than Stella loves her dress. I gotta find Stella's dress. Here's Stella the Queen in her gown. You look so pretty, Stella. She's a little mad that her gown didn't come with a hat. Stella, I don't remember a hat coming with this gown, but I'll check, okay? I'll go check our costume trunk. Look who's visiting with Queen Stella today. It's Super Boo. Hey, Super Boo. You want some more crunchies? You want some more treats in the treat mat? I hid some more treats in this treat mat. So now Super Boo and his queen are looking for them. Get your treats, guys. I'm downstairs with Sammy, seeing if she wants to be a unicorn, and look at this. Nancy's walking all around the house with her dress. Sammy's wearing the unicorn costume, but she doesn't have the hat on. Want to wear the hat? The hat's really the best part of the costume, Sammy. It makes you look like a unicorn. What a pretty unicorn. What a pretty unicorn. Sammy's such a pretty unicorn. Right, Sammy? Because you know what, Sammy? You are a unicorn. You're a unicorn cat. There are no other cats like you, Sammy. You're one in a million. Like a unicorn. That's why I think you would look very nice as a unicorn. Yeah? You happy? Sammy says she's happy because she's a unicorn. What do you want to be, Ziggy? I got no more treats. No more treats, Sammy. Oh, there's one left. There's one treat left. There you go. Good job. Good job. Ziggy, what would you like to be for Halloween today? I gotta see what we have for Ziggy. You good, Sammy? Look at this. What are you doing, Sammy? How you doing, Ziggy? Now the hat's on the right way. I don't think she likes it, though. Don't forget, these cats have never worn clothes before. Sammy, you look so pretty as a unicorn. Nope. She says, I don't want to wear that hat. Meanwhile, Nancy is literally running around the house with her dress on. She's so happy. Here's Nancy up in the window. She says her dress gives her superpowers. Right, Nancy? And where's the unicorn going? Where are you going, unicorn cat? Where's the unicorn cat going? Look at Ringo. Ringo's like, what is going on? Look who else came to visit today. It is Simba the pizza cat. Hello, pizza cat. 3 cats having their Halloween party. And Splash is underneath the bed. I like to give the cats their treats earlier in the day before trick-or-treaters start coming around, because sometimes the doorbell freaks the cats out. So this way they're nice and relaxed, they can enjoy themselves, and then later they won't be upset by any scary trick-or-treaters. I just tried to take Stella's dress off and she literally attacked me. So I guess I'm going to have to put it back on her. Okay, Stella, I'll put it back on, okay? I'll put it back on. Here's Stella. She wants to walk around in her dress. And guess who she just saw? She just saw Nancy. So here's Stella. And there's Nancy. Hey, Stella. Stella, you look so pretty. That's Nancy. She has a dress very similar to yours. It's a different color. Because she's a princess and you're a queen. Right, Stella? Here's Nancy. This is where she went when she saw Stella. She's hanging out here under the kitchen chair. Stella has lost a little bit of weight since the last time she wore this dress. So it's actually too big on her. She doesn't want me to take it off of her. I just tried again. And she's like, no, you're not taking it off. I normally don't like leaving the cats unattended when they're wearing costumes, just in case anything goes wrong. So, yeah, I'll just leave her here in the dress for now. I'll check on her in a little bit, but she really likes this dress. I just came in the room to check on Stella and look at where she is. She's on top of the cat tower. Stella, you're so pretty. You're so pretty in your gown. It's like an hour later, and here's Nancy, still in her dress, and playing with this cat toy. I replaced the toy with one of the wiggly worms, and the cat seems to really enjoy that. It's one of the wiggly worms from the wand toys. You know, the typical wand toy sets you can buy on Amazon. But Nancy is super, super happy in her dress. Let's check on Stella. Hello, Splash. How are you? Splash came out to visit, to join the party. There's Simba, he's relaxing, and there's Boo, he's grooming himself. Boo, you look so handsome. Don't groom all of your fur off. I just tried to adjust her dress, and she wanted to attack me. Watch. Stella, can you breathe okay? You breathe okay? You got enough? Okay, she said, stop. Don't touch my dress. What about up here? What about around your neck? You got enough room around your neck, Stella? Okay, all right. I won't touch it. I won't touch it. I'll let you wear your dress today. Stella says she does not get to wear her dress nearly enough so that on the day she does get to wear it, I should not disturb her. She says it makes her very comfortable. Okay, Queen Stella, I'll let you relax in your dress, okay? She says it's warm and comfy. Okay. You look so pretty, Stella. Look where Nancy is now. Now she's by the window in Boo's room, and that's Ziggy with her. I wanted Ziggy to wear the mermaid costume because Ziggy would look so nice in the mermaid costume. And also because Ziggy loves fish. That's how I got Ziggy in the house. It's by feeding her fish. I think I just heard Stella jump off the cat tower. Yep, here she is on the bed. I heard her take a flying leap off of the cat tower onto the bed. She made it in her dress. You okay, Stella? I just gave Boo his school bus costume because he loves this costume. He loved being a school bus a few years ago. And he sat so still when Grandma Frehley was visiting and we were filming that video. And so I just put the school bus on him because I felt like he was a little bit jealous of Stella in her beautiful gown. So now he has his school bus. He's a bus driver. He looks very handsome as a bus driver. And also I'm hoping maybe this will keep him from itching so much. Let's see what happens. Just relax, Boo, okay? You don't have to itch. Maybe this will keep you from itching, okay? Boo says driving a school bus is hard work and it makes him hungry. So he's going to eat whatever crunchies he could still find on the treat mat. I just made sure the bottom Velcro was secure and fastened. And now he should be good. I mean, he loves this costume as much as Stella loves her dress. Notice that Simba is no longer wearing his costume because Simba says he had enough of it. Costumes and clothing are completely voluntary. The cats have a choice to opt out if they want to opt out, but as you can see, Stella really enjoys this dress. This is the only clothing that Stella will wear. And Boo seems to really enjoy yellow clothing. He loves his red cape, his Super Boo cape, but other than that, he really loves yellow costumes. His yellow school bus, his yellow bumblebee costume, and his yellow banana costume. Those are his 3 favorite costumes. Look where Nancy is now. She's on top of this cat tower hanging out with Richard, still wearing her dress. Nancy, you want me to take that dress off of you? You want to take it off? Want to take it off right now? You done wearing it? Take it off? Take it off now? You good? No? You pushing me away? You want to keep it on or you want to take it off? Keep it on or take it off? What do you want to do? You want to keep it on? Okay, you want to take it off? Alright, you going to take that part off too? Okay, let's take it off. Okay, good. Off. Take it off. You done? You good?